Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Electrical Concepts. My name is Avigan Roy. So in this video lecture, I'm going to discuss on the topic some important points regarding circuit breaker and arc extension methods. So first we will discuss about different arc extension technique like high resistance method, low resistance method, then the concept of natural zero. Okay, not only that, after that we will see what is restriking voltage, recovery voltage, okay, arc voltage, rate of rise of restriking voltage. So we'll see all these things one by one. So without wasting any time, let's get started. In this video lecture, I'm going to discuss on the topic important terms related to arc extension in circuit breakers. So before going further, first let's understand what are the different methods of extinguishing arc. So first is called high resistance method and another is called low resistance method. Actually, high resistance method means here the arc resistance is increased with time, and gradually the arc resistance is increased with time, so the arc current gets reduced, and at one point will come where the arc current will not be sufficient to maintain the arc, and that is why the arc got vanished completely and circuit breaker is closed and fault can be removed. Okay, so this is the high resistance method, but high resistance method causes a huge energy dissipation because here actually the arc that is present between the contacts of circuit breaker, that is actually stopped by increasing the arc resistance. Okay, and that arc resistance is continuously increased with the time, and that is why that arc creates a huge heat energy dissipation which may damage the circuit breaker contacts and also the surroundings. Okay, and that is why this method is normally avoided for high voltage or high rated circuit breakers. Okay, for low rated circuit breakers or the for DC circuit breakers or for low rated AC circuit breakers, this method can be used, but for high rated AC circuit breakers we use the low resistance method, and it can only be used in AC circuits because of its working principle. So what is low resistance method? Let's understand. So as I have said that in high resistance method the arc resistance is increased with time, but here in low resistance method arc resistance is not increased with time, rather arc resistance is increased at a certain point, and that point is called the natural zero point, because as we know in AC circuit the fault current will be alternating in nature, so there will always be a natural zero point. Okay, in every one cycle there will be two such points where the current will automatically be zero. All right, so the moment that current crosses that zero point, for that very instant the arc will be disappeared, and at that very instant the arc resistance is increased. Okay, so now you may ask what are the methods of increasing the arc resistance. There are so many methods, like by cooling method or by using huge pressure or by air blast, okay, or by lengthening the gap. There are so many methods by which you can increase the arc resistance. So the basic difference between high resistance method and low resistance method is, in high resistance method arc resistance is increased with the time, continuously it is increased, and as a result a huge energy gets dissipated. But in low resistance method the arc resistance is only increased the moment the current becomes naturally zero, so that for that very instant there will be no current, automatically there will be no arc. That is why there is no chance of huge energy dissipation, and that is the advantage of low resistance method. So low resistance method is based on the principle of natural current zero phenomena, as I have already discussed, and the arc resistance is increased as soon as the natural current zero takes place. Okay, however this method may cause another arc to restrict. This is one disadvantage of this method. This we will discuss in the next slide. Okay, so see here, this is a single line diagram of a power system. A generating unit is connected with a transformer using a bus bar, and this is one circuit breaker, and this is suppose going to the feeder. Okay, so for example fault takes place. The moment fault takes place, relay will sense and it will send the signal to the circuit breaker, and circuit breaker contacts will be opened. The moment circuit breaker contacts will be opened, the arc will start. Okay. Now this entire circuit diagram can be represented using this circuit. Okay, see, the inductance is present in the circuit due to that transformer reactance or the alternator. Okay, this is a circuit breaker contact, arc is happening, and due to the fault, suppose there is a short circuit path for which the fault is taking place. Alright, so see here the first point, during fault, contacts of the circuit breaker are separated and arc initiates, I have already said. After arc extinction, capacitance effect again comes into existence. Now see, as I have said in the natural zero method, for that very instant the arc will be 0. Okay, so the moment arc will be 0, what will happen? See here, the moment the natural zero phenomena takes place, the arc will be vanished. Okay, and the moment arc will be vanished, again the capacitance will come into the picture. Actually what happens is, the moment the arc takes place, that path becomes shorted, and that arc actually connects the circuit with the ground, and that is why the capacitance effect is gone at the moment of arcing, because now the circuit is directly connected with the ground, it is directly shorted by that arcing path. That is why there is no capacitance effect. But at the natural zero instant, arc is gone. So the moment arc is gone, this circuit again becomes open, and automatically then the capacitance will come into the picture. Alright. So see the third point, the LC circuit imposes a very high voltage across the contacts, which causes another arc to restrike. Now see, the moment arc is gone, the capacitance comes into the existence, so it forms an LC circuit. It is also called the resonant circuit or the oscillatory circuit, and as we know, there is no heat dissipation element like resistor, so the energy that is stored in the inductance will suddenly be transferred into the capacitance. Okay, and that is why if you calculate, you will get to see a huge voltage will be developed across the capacitor, because here energy is not getting dissipated, so there is sudden change in the circuit. Initially there was only inductance, but suddenly this capacitance has come into the picture, so there's sudden change in the LC circuit. And as we know that ALC, these terms actually oppose the any kind of change in the system, right? So the moment there's a change, entire energy stored that was stored in the inductance will be transferred in the capacitance, and as a result a huge voltage, very high voltage, will be appeared across the circuit breaker. So that will be appeared across the capacitor, and that will also be appeared across the circuit breaker contacts, because now as you can see, capacitor and the circuit breaker contacts are now in parallel. Okay, so that huge voltage is sufficient to cause another arc to restrike. So although the arc is gone, but again due to this high voltage, another arc will come into the picture, and the moment arc comes into existence, the capacitance is again gone. Again a natural zero will come, that will again remove that arc, again the capacitance will come, again this capacitance will have a huge voltage across it, that will again cause another arc to restrike, the capacitance is gone, again the arc starts, and this is a repetitive process. Okay, and as you can see, I have given one expression of natural frequency. Fn is called natural frequency, which is 1 by 2 pi multiplied with under root 1 by LC. This is called the natural frequency of this LC system, and if you calculate, it will come of a very high value. It is around in kilohertz range, and because of this, actually due to this sudden change in the circuit, suddenly the capacitance is coming and capacitance is going, and because of this actually the frequency becomes very high. There's a sudden change or sudden redistribution in the energy, and that is why this natural frequency is very high. That is why this is very much oscillatory. It will be more clear in my next slide. Here there you will get to see how much oscillating this restriking voltage is. Okay, so now see, this is the system voltage. The moment fault will occur, what will happen? See, suppose the fault has happened at this point, what will happen? From that point the voltage will be zero almost, okay, and the voltage will suddenly fall, and this is the initiation of fault, and the fault current will start flowing. All right. Now suppose the arc voltage is there across the contacts of circuit breaker, because now the circuit breaker contacts will start separating from each other, so definitely there will be an arc voltage. Okay, what will be the next step? Now this is the normal 0 point, so at this point that fault current will be gone, so this entire thing will be gone, and the moment that natural 0 point comes into the picture, what will happen? As I have mentioned in my previous slide, a huge voltage will be appeared across the capacitor or across the circuit breaker contacts, and as you can see, it is very much oscillatory. It is oscillating at a very high frequency, at a natural frequency Fn, which I have just shown. Okay, and due to this high frequency, this looks like this, and this is actually the transient, this is one transient phenomena, and this is called the restriking voltage. Okay, so as I have written here, restriking voltage appears across the contacts of current 0 instant, and which can be expressed by this expression. As you can see, it depends on the V, that means the normal system voltage, and Fn, that means the natural frequency. Okay, so after that what will happen? And okay, one more thing, although I said that this is an LC circuit, and in LC circuit, as we know, there is no decaying factor, but in practical scenario some resistance is always present, and that is why this oscillation gradually reduces. Okay, and finally it vanishes and we get the recovery voltage. What is recovery voltage? It is almost same as the system voltage, and that appears across the contacts after the final arc extinction. It sometimes it gets slightly lesser than the system voltage because of the demagnetization effect, because the fault current becomes highly inductive, and that inductive current creates a demagnetizing effect in the flux, and that is why the voltage may be reduced a little bit. Okay, so this is the recovery voltage. So this is the overall concept of the restriking voltage, recovery voltage, arc voltage, and all. Okay, so this is the overall picture. Here we will see some more important terms. First is, what is rate of rise of restriking voltage? So now you have understood what is restriking voltage. It is nothing but a transient voltage that appears across the contacts of circuit breaker at the natural 0 point. Okay, and that is the RMS value actually. Now rate of rise of restriking voltage is the ratio of peak restriking value to the time between 0 voltage and peak voltage. Actually see, it is actually the ratio of the peak value of restriking voltage. Suppose it is somewhere here, the peak value is somewhere here, and the time between 0 voltage and peak voltage. So 0 means at this origin, this junction means the 0, at this point the voltage is 0, and after some time it will directly go to this peak value. Okay, this is a very small time instant gap. Okay, so that time here I am talking about. So if you take the ratio of these two, you will get the rate of rise of restriking voltage. So now this is very important point. If your RRV, that means rate of rise of restriking voltage, is higher than rate of rise of dielectric strength, that means deionization, arc will restrike. Okay, so if your RRV is higher than your rate of rise of dielectric strength, obviously arc will restrike. Here actually dielectric strength means how fast the surrounding air can build up the dielectric strength. Okay, or how fast the air can build up its deionization property. So if that rate is lesser than the RRV, obviously arc will restrike, otherwise arc will not restrike. So that is the objective of this natural current zero phenomena. Always we have to make sure that this deionization strength or the rate at which it builds up should be larger than the RRV. Then only the arc can be stopped from restriking, otherwise arc will continuously restrike, and it will finally lead into a complete damage in the circuit breaker contacts due to the excessive heat generation. Okay, one last thing, occurrence of fault near the generator or bus bar is the worst scenario. Why? See, so I have already explained what is this natural frequency. Suppose the fault has taken place at somewhere around here. Okay, initially I was showing that fault has taken place somewhere around here, but now for example fault has taken place somewhere around here. So now as you can see that capacitance actually depends on the length of the line. Larger the length, higher will be the capacitance, because if your line length is large, that means more capacitance will be added in parallel. That means the equivalent capacitance will be very high. Now if your fault has taken place here, automatically your line length with respect to this generator will be very less. And if your line length is very less, the capacitance will be very less. If your capacitance is very less, your natural frequency will be very high. And if your natural frequency is very high, what will happen? See here, I have written the rate of rise of restriking voltage is the ratio of peak restriking value to the time between zero voltage and peak voltage. So if your natural frequency becomes very high, what will happen? This time will be reduced, right? So if your time is reduced, then obviously this RRRV will be very high. And if your RRRV is very high, then it will be difficult for the surrounding air to stop the restriking, because in that case that rate of rise of dielectric strength has to be very high, otherwise it will not be possible to stop a very high value of RRRV. Okay, and that is why I have said that occurrence of fault near the generator or bus bar is the worst scenario. So this is the overall concept of different terms like recovery voltage, restriking voltage, arc voltage, okay, natural zero point. So I hope you have got a clear idea of these things. All right. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, you have understood this, and if you haven't understood this, please like it, comment it, also share, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. So thank you very much. In my next video lecture I will discuss about some other good electrical concepts. Okay, till then, goodbye.